Gonna get what?
My Facebook going.
Oh, yeah, you
Look
can share it
live.
because you can share it.
Yes, I can. I'm going to do it right now.
And that's okay because it gives us a little bit of time for our friends that are available to show up.
How come it's not giving me the option to share it, friend?
I think it
It
takes a
says I'm
little bit.
following. Oh, I know why now. I know why.
Okay. Well,
I
you're the
wasn't.
one that's experienced with this, not me. I'm
I
just
was not
sharing.
clicked on the right thing.
Oh, yeah. If you're going through my personal page, it probably wouldn't let you share. You have to go through the life coach page, right?
Well, it was actually because um, because I had searched your page, but um, I did not, whatever you call it. I can't explain it right now.
Okay, you got it. Hi,
Yeah,
Steph.
we're there.
I saw you like or something, so I was hoping that you were going to be here with us today, Stephanie. It's my friend. It's my Stephanie.
I know. My Stephanie could come too. That would be really amazing.
I know.
Um, because that is my favorite name.
It is. I know. And I always say my Stephanie because I knew you had a Stephanie. So then
Yeah.
when I met Stephanie, I was like, oh, well, of course you almost forgot. We've been away for 2 weeks.
Oh, it
That's what
has
I'm a
been.
little
It's
bit
felt like a
worried
long time.
about.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So I hope our friends come. My heart is so full right now. I'll wait a little bit to share what I have to share, but I'm just sitting here so happy about a student that came back today. So I want to share
Aww.
that.
I can't. Her Melody reminded her. Melody's like second grade.
That's a girl for our heart right there.
I know. Like, can
So,
she just get a little bit older so I can spend more time with her stuff?
well, truth is, Steph, we're trying
Will
to
you
get
share
Sherra
me?
to go younger, but it's she's a tough cookie to break, this one.
You guys, it's so funny. It's so like it really takes me out of my comfort zone and like my it's not a bad thing. So when I'm in a session and working with youth it through adults, I'm really about providing value and a structure and like really making sure there's some serious content. And what I'm learning is that these younger kids, they just want someone to be with them and ask them questions and a safe place to share. And like that's the value for them, which is everything. Like I'm not trying to dim that or make that sound like it's not value, but it takes me out of my structure and my coaching model. And so it's really hard for me to come out of that. I don't know. It's totally good. It's totally good. But I'm learning how to support those younger ones. So we might not be too far off, Melody. We might not be too far off. Hi, Tanya.
Well, and maybe something just happened here. Maybe I that will be where I will go into.
I think so because those are your everyday. Like that's the
Yeah.
age group you're so, I mean, comfortable with and like the ins and outs of how their little brains work and their bodies function. And I'm just like, it's everything I can do some days to be like, can we just not like roll around in the chair for this full hour? Like just I mean today with one of them I just finally said, hey, how about we sit on the floor? Because it was just easier for me to stay grounded as well with him. So I sat on the floor and then he sat on the floor with a plate of potato chips. And she chose, I don't know if he sneezed or coughed and blew the potato chips all over the floor. I was like, oh, wow, take a breath, Sherra. Like, this is not about me. This is not about me. We can make this work with my little friend. It was pretty fun. It was good. It was
It's
good.
really I think that it's really just being creative with the space that you're in, right? And so this just reminded me of something that happened. Hi, Tanya. I can't wait till you hear this story. I'm going to tell in a few minutes, but this one I want to tell right now. So there's this kid that is just swearing all the time on the playground. Okay. And he's like super, super young. He has, sworn at a teacher and he just swears. Like it's just not Tourette's, but just swears. Like, you know what I mean? And I say it like that because it's like not an accident, but it's not a big deal.
Okay? It just happens.
Yeah. And so I get an opportunity to talk to him and I'm like, so, who are you talking to like that? Or where are you learning this? I don't care. Okay. So, do you get to talk like that at home? And I don't get an answer because he's not going to lie. Right. And I'm like, after this, going back and forth and a lot of I don't care and a lot of talk about every hot mess piece of something in my office. It's a mess right now. So, we had to talk about everything to distract from what we're talking about. Right. And finally, I'm just like, I think I'm understanding. I think what we got going on here is that you need a safe place to be able to swear and say bad words. So here's what we're going to do. I'll make a deal with you. We cannot swear on the playground. So if you tell these kids they can't swear at school, they're going to do it, right? Like, and this one is everything I'm going to say you can't do, it's going to happen. So I'm like, okay, I got it. I got you. You can swear in my office. Anytime you need a safe place to swear, you just come right in here, swear right in here. Now, the caveat is I will let your parents know that I've provided this safe place for you. So, I'm not saying you can't do it, but here it is going to be. The face was like, I don't know how to respond to that. Like, now I can swear. Oh, wait, my parents are going to know I'm going to swear. No, wait, I don't care. What do I say to that? It was so great. I was like,
so good.
I was the happiest little dancing in my pants at that moment because I'm like, I wasn't winning. So my whole point is you just have to be creative. Okay, I got to hug my boy. Hold on.
Oh, I like it when you hug your boy.
I know, me too.
Hi, Eric.
Sherra's saying hi. Come live with us.
Hi, Sherra.
Hi, Eric. He's got his cowboy hat on.
I know, he got his cowboy hat, his cowboy boots. He's so cute. Anyways, okay, so yeah, you just have to be creative. I really stumped him. I don't get to do that very often because this one he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
That's good.
But my story that I want to share, and my heart is so full today. I started out not feeling so great this morning. I don't know, kind of frumpy. It's a Monday,
Yeah.
And it's cold. It was very cold. And I have a presentation due on Wednesday that I'm not ready for. I'm a little worried. And after school, this lady is standing outside my window, and I thought maybe she rang the bell. Nobody went to help her because we're all gone. I mean, I wasn't off yet. But
pickup. That's why I stand outside your window.
Right. And so I open my window and I'm like, and she's walking away and I'm like, hey, did you need something? I thought maybe they were coming to pick up the kids' stuff. And she goes, yeah, my daughter. And so we have an after school care at our school. And I'm like, do they know? I was just trying to help her. And she's like, yeah. And all of a sudden I see this young man come around the corner who's now like a sophomore or junior. And it's one of my previous students that I spent a lot of time with.
Wow.
And so I've seen him play basketball across the way, but I don't ever interrupt those guys because, I don't know if they really want Miss Litz. I come with kind of a Miss Litz sometimes title, like, I don't know if they want me to interrupt them when they're with their friends. So I just look at him and smile like, oh, he's grown up. Anyway, so he comes around, it's his mom. And we have his little sister. I didn't make this connection, right? And so asking how he's doing, and he's doing really well. And he's got, a pretty hefty IEP as far as behavior and social and all this. And love you too. And his mom was so she was so happy to share. Like, they just took him off this the social part, even though he's not really in school so much, because they could tell he's like He's
Yeah.
totally socially fine, right? They can't take him off the behavior yet because they haven't had a chance to work with him. They don't know how he's going to do. I got to tell you, this this was such a great moment because this kid came with a pretty hefty watch out. When, you know what I
Mm.
mean? When he came to our school. Now,
Yeah.
I will tell you that the para three at the time at his school was my friend, Michelle, and she called me and she has our heart just the same. And she didn't call me with, watch out for this. Oh my gosh, he's this, his file is this, none of that. It
Yeah.
was, you're getting one of my babies. He just needs somebody to love him. I'm so glad he's coming to you, blah, blah, blah. So I get him. We did have some challenges, but what I was able to tell his mom today and made her cry, poor lady, I totally feel her, is that every single time this young boy was a little stink pot, because he owned it, he was honest about it, he accepted whatever came with it. And I tell you, he was nothing like what his mom said before he came. And so she was able to share his story that she had never shared with me before. I just knew to love him. I mean, I had the gift of Michelle,
Wow.
sending him in, saying, take care of my baby. You know what I mean? These are ours,
Mhm.
right? And so, I knew obviously, but I don't look at their files because I don't want the baggage. I just want the know that I need to love them. And
Right.
so, um, he was taking a bus to school. I don't know if this was happening at Michelle's school or if it was school before, but he was taking a bus an hour each way to school. So by the time he would get to school, he was mad and tired and cranky and frumpy. Every single day, he had to go sit in the principal's office, not because he was in trouble, but his words were, there was no new start or no new day because he had gotten in that much trouble. Well,
Mm.
hello. The reason why he was getting into this trouble was because of the stuff he was coming with. And we know that, but
Right.
it's just, it's easy sometimes to not pause and think, how can we love this baby and get him through this moment? And yeah.
You said, I love that. And I think there's something really valuable in what you shared, Crystal, about, and friends, I didn't hear the story till now. So this is new to me. I mean, we haven't really talked as much as we typically do. We've both been flying, Crystal and I, but is that you said, I don't want to read the files. I just want to love them.
Yeah.
Like, that just makes me almost want to cry because isn't that how we all want to be seen?
Yes.
Like, don't we just want to be seen for who we are today, not the story or the past that we've been drugged through and brought with us or, has influence, not even influence, it's like, I don't know, it's just being seen for who we are and loved in this moment.
Right.
I think there's so much value in the more work that I'm stepping into with Hope for Homies. Like I had last week that experience firsthand. Firsthand. Like that's so valuable to be able to walk in with that.
Yeah.
It helps you check judgment. It helps you, really be careful of opinions. It really it's freeing. It's freaking freeing.
Yeah. So true. Yeah. You not only did you not know, Michelle didn't know, and Michelle is here. This
Yeah.
literally just happened. Like, that's why I got home really late. Cause honestly, I was on talking, with my principal. I put her on hold and I never came back to her. She had to hang up on me because I was not leaving that window. I was just loving on that mama. I told her, you did so good with your babies. And then to make the connection with the little sister, she loves her brother. You could see her. She just went right to him and loved him. I'm like, hey, I did not know this. I'm
Oh.
like, you keep me posted on your brother. You promise? And she's like, yep. And then the mom said, yeah, and don't get in trouble because Mrs. Litz knows you.
And now she has a connection.
Yeah, yeah. And I told him I'm going to his graduation. I'm very, very proud of him. He has overcome he has overcome the not the title he was given, but the label he was given. I
Yeah.
mean, and he really did. And we did not see it at our school so much. I have to be very honest. He just did normal everyday stuff.
Yeah.
But like mom said, he had 5 minutes of a commute from an hour.
Yeah.
So I mean
Wow.
it says a lot. So
It really
I was
does.
very excited to share that story because I it just when you get to see your little peoples grow up and doing well. He's at the high school, he's playing basketball. He did he did get to sign up for select basketball, but then the world shut down. And
Right.
so he still has money in. Mom said, I did not ask for his money back like a lot of people did. I'm just when he gets to go, he gets to go. And she's working so hard.
Oh,
she I mean, I just had a conversation with her last week about, trying to make sure that her little one can be in school and go to the right daycare and all that. I mean, it just like our community and just like we're here talking about a lot, it's just there's a lot. It's hard. Single mom trying to do her very best. You
yeah.
know, she loves her
I
babies.
know. It's hard not to have an attachment to these
Yeah.
kids. And I mean, I work really hard, and that's, like boundaries and being really careful and not taking a whole lot home. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to a graduation on Thursday
I
for two
love
kids
it.
with to celebrate two kids that I have supported through some really their hard times. And they freaking have made it, and they are going to walk on Thursday. And I couldn't be
Awesome.
more proud. And I'm like, why would I not celebrate you? Like I held your hand in some of the toughest times. Like I also want to celebrate you. Like
Yeah.
you did the work. Like you showed up in all of this, and that is so worth celebrating. Like
So good.
it's so good. It is so rewarding for everyone involved. Like I and I and I guess my biggest piece is I want those kiddos to feel that reward.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna feel it different than like I do or you do, but I want them to feel that proud. I want them to really know that feeling.
Yeah.
It's so, so important. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of the want them to feel the proud, I had a young man that the other day who I just adore and think the world of him, and he knows that. He knows that. I know he does, but I was celebrating him. He got an award for something and I was celebrating him and so excited, and I was like, "Aren't you so proud of yourself?" And he's like, "No, not really." I'm
Yeah.
like, what? Why are you not proud of yourself? Do you not see how proud I am? And he's just like, because I'm a bad kid.
Oh,
And part of him was reaching for attention because that's what he does. And then he shuts down and then I bring
yeah.
him back and then it makes him happy. It's like a game we
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
But part of it is like, this is how he sees himself. He's like, he goes, you remember when you chased me around the school? I'm like, no, what I know is that, yeah, I got to walk around the school with you and I got lots of steps and I love counting those steps. That's a big thing for me. Like, that's important for me. And you
Yeah.
just needed to walk around. Yeah, I remember that. That does not mean you're a bad kid. And
No.
so I do want them to feel proud. And I'm going to put it out there. Graduation is so boring, but I will go for any
Oh,
kid so that I don't mean any disrespect to that. Oh gosh, that was kind of rude.
well, it's so long, and when
But
you, I
yeah,
know,
I don't
yeah,
mean any disrespect to it. It's only boring because it's long. I'm sorry, that might have been
yeah.
rude. But I'll go to
We
any
might
graduation.
be ADD,
What?
maybe because we're a little ADD.
Yeah, it's true. Um,
Hmm.
but when you get to hear those names of those kids that you rallied for and supported and cried with and cried for and prayed
Yeah,
for, it's means a lot. And then they
yeah.
grow up and be young adults.
Well, and I think a lot of that too is it reinforces. the importance and value of having a tribe, of
Yeah.
having safe people and trusting. And, I feel like I have a responsibility. Of course I'm going to make do on my word. Like,
Right.
it's kind of like you've told people, if you graduate and you invite me, I'll be there. Like, I know
It's
that
not
about
if.
you.
Never say if. When
Right.
you graduate,
Right.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Because
And
if you say
you
if, it
invite
gives
me.
them, yeah, if you
Yeah,
say if, it gives them the
that's
opportunity
true.
to not. When you
Exactly.
graduate,
When
I'm
you
coming.
graduate. And I don't care when it is, just graduate. But yeah, and so, I think there's that big conversation too, and just modeling, you know, trust for
Yes.
them, because there's a lot of kids that don't. They've had a lot of promises made where that were not followed through. And so to be able to be in a place where I get to follow through,
Yeah,
and they know there's people that are there going to be there to cheer them on and support them. That's important. I mean,
it
I,
is.
I even as a parent, like, I know I made promises that just didn't get followed through, or I forgot, or I mean, innocent parenting things, right? Like
Right.
that. And I think about that and I'm like, you know, and those were innocent. And there's kids that are up against that every day.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it's give them that safety net, give them that tribe, give them those people. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is something that everybody that works with kids really one should know how important they are.
Yeah.
And I think Dr. Jody was talking about teachers aren't just the teacher in the classroom. Their
Right.
teachers are every single person in the building that works with, works aside. I mean, even I don't mean this as a negative or in any way, but even the custodian who does not have a classroom, his whole school is the classroom. We have an amazing custodian that
Yes,
is
you do.
such a great role model for our students, and the kids love him, right? Like, he's teaching them every day. He
Yeah.
teaches them kindness and how to help, and when he's not even, he has no idea
Mm-hmm.
how important he is to our kids, and the fact that he is a part of their tribe.
Yeah. And the school bus
And
drivers.
the bus drivers, the kitchen, the paras,
Mm-hmm.
every single person in the office. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, my
Yeah.
my person is that office manager, and um they are touching little lives. They are forming our future.
Yep.
Like, this is,
Absolutely.
we can do this. And even during this very weird, difficult time, we can come out on top. We want all of our kids to feel seen and heard, all of our teachers, staff to feel seen and heard, and we can come out of this on top. Exhausted, but on top.
Yeah. Exactly. 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 Yeah. It's
I like
so
your new
true.
word, exactly.
It's actually, and that's probably the fatigue.
Yeah.
I know I'm trying to drink kombucha, give me a little Monday energy, but yeah.
Oh my.
Well,
So we were just talking away. I wonder how our friends are doing.
I
Um,
know.
oh, here's that mirror thing.
Yeah.
Um, or lack thereof. So anyways, what's happening in our community? You know who's not here? I don't see Laura's here.
I know, unless she didn't say hi. But I would love, okay, so friends, like, to bring you in on all this. So Crystal and I have done a little bit of brainstorming on what we would like to bring to the community, especially this month. And so we have a guest lined up for next week, which is someone we just absolutely love and adore. And then we are in conversation about bringing on a mom and her son, to share their experience with us. And I would love, though, any thoughts, ideas. What do you want to see also from us? Whether it's just Crystal and I in conversation with all of you, or even guests. Like, we'd love to know, like, how we can best serve in this up to an hour that we share with you weekly. Um, we haven't talked about really what summer looks like yet, Crystal, but I can't imagine that we're not going to be doing something together through the summer.
I'll
Like,
tell you, I'll tell you
okay.
what summer looks like.
Okay.
Summer looks like volunteer happy heaven. Now, I think I might be doing some summer school. I'm not sure. I was voluntold, but I am very excited to be able to spend some time at Hope's for Homies.
Yep.
And at the farm. Like,
Yep.
I cannot even wait. Rumor has it that I'm gonna get an email for Glen Echo, is it?
Yep. Echo
Yeah.
Glen. Yeah.
I am like, I'm very, very excited about all of that. And then of course I think we'll still do lives. I mean, we're still,
okay.
as long as, I guess, even if nobody watches us, I'm having fun talking to you. I love it.
And we do get people that watch the replay. They can't catch it live, but they do watch it the replay. So I mean, it's and I as long as we're in town, I'm absolutely open to just, even if it's just a quick 30-minute check-in, pop on, and just let our community know we're here for them. But I'm really would love to hear like a little bit more of what our followers in our community wants from us as well, so that we can actually be bringing, more value and content. So feel free to, reach out to either Crystal or I, or you are welcome to put it even in the chat. Like that's really, really means a lot to us. It means a lot to us.
Sorry if I was talking over you. I thought I muted, but it doesn't look like I did. I don't know.
I didn't hear her, so maybe
you did. Maybe I did mute.
But I talk loud and a lot.
You and me both. You and me both. I echo the same, or ditto the same. We want to hear from our community and know what they would like. But you did bring up a good point that we want to talk about what's going on this month, because we were going to do that, but I jumped right into all my excitement. I can't help it. The kids take my heart. But it is Pride Month, and we should talk about it. Like, how are people acknowledging and or celebrating, or what does Pride Month mean to anybody in our community? Yeah.
Because I put it out, and I know you answered, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I think this is like a great conversation. I had put out on my Facebook page, to educators, support staff, administrative staff, families, is your school acknowledging, educating, or celebrating Pride? It was something my kids did not grow up with. They had a GSA in their high school, which is the Gay Straight Alliance Club. But there was no conversation, education, acknowledgement, really. So you and I were talking, so I got super curious and put it out there. I did hear from you about Edmonds School District, and Jana shared that Shoreline School District, the school district she's in Shoreline, which would be part of Seattle School District, I think, right?
No, Shoreline is its school district, and then Seattle is its school district. Okay. And Tanya just confirmed that Seattle is doing it. And I think Seattle's been ahead of the game, though. Like, Seattle's been doing it for years.
Okay. And see, my Mukilteo School District kids, they're like, the ones I've talked to, I don't know anything about it. I don't know. So I just really got curious, like, is this a conversation, and how is it happening in the schools? Do you want to share, Crystal? Because I know you put it on my page, but do you want to share what it looks like at the elementary level?
Yes. So now I'm not sure I'm going to use the right words or the right terminology, but that's pretty good for me, right? I mean, that's my normal, and I'm okay with that, but I just want to say it that ahead of time. Yeah. So one of the things that comes up, I just start with this. One of the things that comes up when some people, I'm not putting anybody in any kind of a bucket here. I'm just saying, when some people hear that we are celebrating, because I believe we are truly celebrating Pride Month, just like, celebrating the fact that we're being aware and things like that. We're learning, we're growing, just like we did in Black History Month, just like we did in I'm not going to get it right, but last month was the Asian. I'm not going to say it right. I know that I'm going to just stop right there because I can't remember exactly. But oh gosh, it's going to drive me crazy because I don't have the right words and I hate that. But anyways, Pride Month specifically, that's what I want to talk about right now. When I have been in conversations with people outside of my school, I want to be clear, this was not inside of my school, talking about, like, it was normal for me to celebrate Pride Month. I did, the Pride Parade with my sister Heather and Rick and Greg and Shayna and Eric did it. I mean, we all did it. Sister Debbie, like, we did it. It was great. I love it. I love the parade. And when I've posted stuff about that before, there's been people that have said, well, just be careful what you teach our children that are in the school, because they know that I work at a school, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. In celebrating and acknowledging and learning and growing, there's not a single thing there that we are teaching children to be anything other than themselves. I want to be very, very clear.
Yeah.
And it is a touchy topic for me because, for a moment when that was said to me, for a very brief moment, it was like, oh my gosh, like, is that what people think about me? Like, I'm trying to teach kids to be something different than they are. And very brief moment. Now, I do want to give some, yes, Asian Pacific Islander Month. Thank you very much, Tanya. But I, this is a month about just being inclusive, being what my school specifically is working on, and they want to start from the very first day of school. It has nothing to do with these specific months. We talked a lot about this in African American, in February, all of that, is that we want to teach kindness, acceptance, tolerance, love.
Yes. Unity.
Unity, like, for all, right? And so one of the ways that we have done this, and we're doing it currently, and we're growing every day in this, is we are bringing books into our classroom libraries, in our main library, that show all families, all kinds of families, all kinds of situations, all ethnicities, all, like, it's so that every single student has an opportunity to see themselves or their families in the literature that they can read or be read to at school. And so that is the biggest thing that we've been doing for a couple of years, trying to add more and more and more. But this year, I don't know if it's because we are in COVID times and we get to collaborate a lot on Zoom, so we have this extra time. I don't know. But we are finding, means and financial ways, and our PTA has just been just so incredible, providing libraries for our counselor, for all different kinds of things. And so like I said, every student, no matter what the feeling, no matter what the group or ethnicity or whatever, I pretty much think we can almost find something. And that makes my heart so happy. Yeah. And if there's anybody out there in this community thinking, like I did think one time, like I wasn't thinking, I didn't think anything of it. I never once, this is my white privilege talking here, because, well, I don't read very often. I'll be careful of the words I use. And, I don't go looking for books, especially books about me or whatever, but guaranteed most books I pick up to read is probably got mostly characters that look like me. Okay.
Mhm.
Never thought anything of it. And one day, I might have told this story at another one of our other lives, but one day I was in this kindergarten class, and this little boy, he was an African American little boy, as sweet as little pumpkin pie, always in my office. You know, those two words always go together. Loved him so much. He's so funny. Like, he's the kid that's in trouble, but you really have a hard time not laughing. Like, he was such
Right.
a stinker. Um, but I walked into his class just to so he could see me in his world instead of him just seeing me in my world,
Yeah.
right? So I went to him, and it was a rainy day recess, and he was doing this puzzle, and his face when I walked in, it just lit up, and I thought it was about me, but it wasn't. He's like, "Miss Litz, do you know why I love this puzzle?" And I'm like, "I don't know, but I love puzzles too. That is great that you love puzzles." 'Cause I'm thinking, it takes really good smarts to do puzzles, right? And he's kindergarten. That's where I'm at. I'm like, he's so smart getting this puzzle together. And he goes, "Look at the boys in this puzzle, Miss Litz. They look like me." Yeah.
Oh,
I'm like, I almost cried right there with him because I never thought of it. And I'm telling you, he lit up so bright just when I walked in. I did think it was about me. I really did. I'm like, oh, he's so happy I came to his world. No, it was because he wanted to show off that puzzle. And I was like, that is so cool. What other puzzles do you like? And he goes, "This is my favorite." And and that was like probably 3 years ago. And I have not forgotten it. So
so impactful.
it means so much. And I just never thought of it.
Right.
So I don't mean to get off on a tangent, but yes, we are. Michelle, stop crying or I'll cry. Like, I'm doing pretty good talking about these sappy stories and I'm not
Oh,
crying. Um,
oh,
yeah, it meant a lot. So that is what we're doing. We are sharing with books. We are doing our um and this makes me laugh because Kathy and I, every month, the kids student council has come up with a theme. So last month was sports day. One time I don't even know, the reindeer and the snowman, that was just us being crazy. But Kathy and I dress up every month as some kind of characters. And uh so on this month, our theme will be Pride Month. And so Kathy and I have some very cute rainbow stuff to wear. Yeah. And it's just about acknowledging, being aware, and loving each other is really what we're doing. And I'm sure they're doing so much more, but those are the big ones that I can think off the top of my head.
yeah. I love it. No, I think, oh, shoot. I think that's so,
Uh-oh.
yeah, my phone dropped up. It's fine. Now it won't be a distraction. But yeah, I know, I think that's so valuable. And I think that you had so much in that, like so much even bigger than just Pride Month itself,
Yeah,
around the conversation of how are we modeling to our kids? And I don't say that just as parents, but as adults in kids' worlds. How are we even modeling acceptance, tolerance,
right.
inclusivity, unity? I mean, and that's having to step outside sometimes our box. Like you said, like we are always looking at books, puzzles, games
Yeah,
with things that we relate to that look like us. And if we step outside of our box, it's such a bigger, more beautiful, vibrant world
for sure.
when
For
we
sure.
are looking at everything, everyone outside of us. Um, and I think that awareness alone, like that's what I'm taking away from this. Like I need to do a better job of that.
Well, and that's what our equity team is really working on is getting it out into our school. Um, like Michelle put, acceptance. I mean, really, honestly, most of the teachers in my group anyway. So we've been doing breakout groups in equity team and in staff meetings. Like, so we really are doing the work within, and it's so great. And everybody has a voice, and and I hope they all feel safe to talk, because that's what it feels like, right? I feel like
Yeah.
all of our community is talking. Um, and so we have been, every single one of them really has echoed and asked and talked about, like, we need to just teach kindness, acceptance, tolerance for others, and that will cover everything. And it will ripple out to the playground, and it will ripple into the lunchroom, and it will be in the classroom. And it's so key.
Yeah.
You don't have to believe. And that's the other thing we were very sure to talk about. None of this means, even though we're talking about Pride Month, or, Asian Pacific Islander Month, or none of it means that you have to change your belief or your faith or your thoughts or even your opinions.
Yeah.
What you do have to do is check your biases at the door. What you do have to do is model kindness.
Yeah.
What you do have to do is really see these babies for who they are. They're beautiful, whole, in their whole self.
Yeah.
And we're doing the work. So I'm very proud of the group I work with and the school I'm at. I'm so thankful. I know that all of our schools are doing it, because all of the sinks are talking about it. And if you want to see some fun stuff, look at up Mount Lake Terrace Elementary. They're doing some super great fun stuff. I think they're even doing a pride parade.
The school is?
I think so.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I love it. And, I think it's really important too, like, when you talk about, like, it's not about changing someone's belief system. It's
Right.
not about telling them that their faith and their beliefs around their faith and what that's teaching them is wrong. That's not our job. They have a family, all of that. But it is about allowing there a space for the conversation to happen and to be respectful, to be heard, to be able to share. I'll never forget, like, when in small group, and in fact, Tanya London was in the group with these kids, and we always set norms for the group. And we had a young man in there, and it was always really important to him that one of our norms was basically we could agree to disagree, and to have civil debate, to be able to speak out about what we felt so passionate about.
Yeah.
And that it wasn't about changing somebody else's mind or opinion, but that there could be an actual civil conversation and safe, maybe even debating back and forth. Well, I believe this. What does that feel like for you? Like, to be able to just be in the flow of the conversation. Imagine if the world was like that.
I know.
And I always loved that he brought that to the start of every session, because if we can learn that now, if our kids can learn that, imagine where they will be when they're 50. Yeah. Having that been a norm for them, that it's not about changing somebody's beliefs or opinions or views, that it's allowing each individual to come in with their beliefs and still be in a conversation.
Yeah, so big and so beautiful. And I do have hope for that.
I do too.
I feel like if all the schools are doing it, and I know we all come with different thoughts and opinions, and that kind of might slow some stuff down a little bit, but I know it's out there. Yeah. I mean, I know that this is a goal, and I feel very encouraged by it. And yeah, I know there's good to come, and we just need to really focus on that and try not to stay in the negative conversations.
Right.
Because they're there. They're there.
Oh, they are there, and they will always be there. I mean, to some degree, right? Michelle, I love the normalizing the word different. I've had a lot of conversations in the last year about the word different. And I really think that as society has taught us to almost look at different as bad or scary or fearful. And so when we automatically say, well, this is different, there's a negative connotation to it, the word, right? So
Yes.
what if different is good? What if different is okay? What if different is better? Because it can be. Yeah, like it's a deficit, exactly. Like it can be. Different is can be great. I will tell you, this whole last year has been incredibly different for every single one of us. But
Yeah.
I can tell you, there has been so much amazingness in this different that I hope we don't go back to what was. I hope we have a better new normal.
Yeah. Agreed.
Like, I don't want to go back to normal. I want to go back to better than the new normal. I want to take what was learned in this gap and bring it in to what
Well,
will
it's
be.
interesting what just listening to what you're saying, like different can be good, right? So if I think of the different in my life in 2 years is a lot. Like I've grown so much in this last year, me personally, and it's all because of the different.
Right?
I am talking out loud, socializing on a live with my friend, and I am like, I'm okay. That is different.
That is different.
And dang it, it's good.
It
Um,
is.
and I don't, yeah. How do we normalize different? How do we change the negative tone when you hear the word different? That I guess I just hadn't thought of it.
Yeah.
It is a thing.
Well, and I do think that some of that is just the awareness, like having this conversation about that and talking about when people are talking about how it's different, it could you could just say, tell me more. What does different look like for you?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a total coaching question or phrase, right?
Yeah.
Like, pull it out of them, let them share. And then you get to pull out all the gold, all the nuggets that you see and they're different. And
Yeah.
I think that's how we that are in awareness of how beautiful different can be, that's how we can ripple that conversation. I want to just highlight Tanya because I think this is really valuable as well. If we figure out how to listen to things others say, we can learn the possibility of better acceptance. We have to be able to discuss. My favorite words are productive conversations. Okay, so like this gives me goosebumps because in case you didn't all figure it out right now, I'm a talker. Silence used to be incredibly uncomfortable for me. I would fill silence with noise just to fill it for my sake. And so in conversations, I was always listening to respond, not listening to really hear what the person was saying. I was making the conversation about me and not bringing in equal energy to that. And that awareness, which it came 10 years ago, so I'm kind of a slow learner, but through my coach training, I really learned the power in just listening.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
Like,
nodding too. I'm totally
yeah.
nodding too.
So
And
I get
so,
that, Tanya. Yes, hashtag, that's the new one. Active listening is hard because it's about being present to
yeah,
what is being shared. It's not about you in that moment. Like, we respond at our best when we have truly heard the person. And I'll tell you, and Michelle and Tanya, you probably get this. It shows when you're really listening in your body language and your facial expressions. Have you ever held a conversation with somebody who is ready to pounce with the next words? Like, you feel that energetically. Like they have not heard anything. Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
heard Crystal and I? That's
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
world jumping in on
Okay.
each
I feel
other.
convicted right now. No.
Well, it's because we also get so excited. Like we're just
Yeah.
like, nah, nah, nah. It's
Yeah.
not, it's not, yeah. I mean, we have the awareness, but yeah.
Right. So I just had this very same training with WW Weight Watchers, as well as, my other training that I've been doing. And it is an awareness. And I have learned a lot about how much I want to talk and share. And I do have to be careful here because there should be a happy medium. Another thing I'm learning from, like,
Yeah.
say, Dr. Jody, is how valuable it is to be able to share your story, right? But you just have
Mm-hmm.
to find your time. And so I want people to share their story. So now I have to learn to just listen and take it in. But I do struggle with this at Weight Watchers. And now I'm a coach at Weight Watchers, just in case that some of my friends don't know that I've done that. I've been doing that. I love it so much. There is an excitement in me that I haven't had for a lot of years about Weight Watchers. And I know it's because I'm in the position, like, I want them to hear how excited I am for them to be successful. I mean, I love it so much that to do good for them, right? And in that, I struggle with being able to really hear and wait for them to talk. And I do sit in the, what am I
Yeah.
going to say next? Because I want it to be the right thing. I want it to be the thing that's going to, like, trigger and help them for this week. And I have to slow myself down. And I'm constantly telling myself that I need to do that. It is not easy. And that's when you forget what you need to say, because I'm so worried about saying the right thing. That's
Yeah.
really, it's not even just wanting to tell them my story. I just want to tell them the right thing because I want them to hear the right thing. I want them it's all about what I want to give to them. And so, but I still have to relax and just listen and be okay if I don't have the right thing to say. I'm not okay with that, but I'm trying.
That's all you can do, right? That
Yeah.
awareness. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's
Oh,
huge.
listen, Tanya. And to bring me to a place where I can't talk, I type. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
I know. And that's, you know what though? And same with like what Michelle just shared. Like,
Yeah.
but I want to acknowledge you, all of you, Tanya, Michelle, Stephanie, all of
Yeah.
you on here that are contributing through typing. Like, I want you to know how valuable and how motivating that is to Crystal and I to
Yeah.
have you in the conversation. Like, I know we don't have your faces and your voices on here, but like what you're putting in here, like this freaking matters.
Yes.
Like your contribution and you matter. Yes, you can, Laura. I saw it. You can't type fast enough. And I can always go back. But yeah, it really, like, this is another way to be heard. And right, the human soul, the human spirit does not want to be fixed.
No.
The human soul desires to be witnessed. And when you are witnessing, you don't have to be thinking ahead. Like that was the biggest gift for me to learn. And that's when I started to just take that deep breath and know that if I'm seriously connected to my heart space and connected to the soul in front of me, I will say exactly what I need to say. But Crystal, I get you because it takes a lot of freaking practice. It's been 10 years of practicing, and I am not ever going to be perfect at it. But if I remember and trust that if I just stay present to the conversation and connected to my heart, I will say exactly what I need to say.
It is so true. It is true. And I do know that. And I am feeling better about it. I just don't want to ever let anybody down. And I want to help them. And then they give you stuff that you have to share. And it's like,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, and then I'm a rule follower. It's just work I have to do, and I'll get there. It's just so interesting because when you were a Weight Watchers coach, Sherra, I didn't have any desire in my heart to be a coach.
I
Like,
know.
no way, no how, not a thought. No, I thought, no.
I
And
know.
now I am like, I love it. I think it has to do with because they're hitting all the pillars now. It's not just
Yeah,
food. It's
they
not
made
just
a
the
really
scale.
great shift.
It's really heart centered, you know, about your mindset and
Very
activity and all
holistic.
that. So yeah, I'm loving it. But
Yeah.
anyways, oh my gosh, I am feeling so good to be back.
I am too. Yay! And we're almost at 7. I can hardly believe it. But so I think, yeah, I think this is a really great conversation that you all shared and brought to the table. And I really hope that everyone that's listening live or even to the replay, that you're walking away with a nugget. Like
Yeah,
there's something of value from this conversation that you're walking away with. And if you're open to even sharing that in the chat, like what you heard, what something you heard from either Crystal, myself, or part of someone in the community. Like if you heard something of value, I would love to know what that is. And I think that that's just acknowledgement of each other as well, and the process of learning and growing and connection.
yeah, yeah.
And connection.
So good.
It's
So
so
good.
good. It's so good because I know, Crystal, that my biggest takeaway today is I want to stay in greater awareness of what I'm bringing to my youth and the communities I'm working with, that I am stepping outside of what the mirror of what I see as a
Yeah,
white, privileged, straight woman, and that what I bring to bring out to my youth is embracing all.
yeah. That is so good. My takeaway today, well, first, yeah, okay, I'm bouncing here, but I have to say, to my defense, I am like just loving staring at you and listening to you and being here. But I want you to know when I do that and I look over here, I notice that it doesn't even look like I'm looking at the screen. But I want everybody to know I'm looking at
Well,
at Sherra.
yeah, but we have to go back and forth because our comments where they show up, right? Like that's
I
what you're
know, but
doing.
if I look at you, I'm not looking at the camera. And then if I look over here, not anyway. So I just had to say that because I was feeling
Oh,
really awkward about it.
nice.
My takeaway today is really actually celebrating how much work my school is doing.
I
You know, I
love
knew
that
it, I
too.
talked about it, but being able to say it out loud, and this is what Dr. Jody has said, when you are able to tell your story, when you are able to talk about what's going on, it actually is real, right? You actually
Right.
feel it and you know it. And just being able to say out loud the work that my school is doing, I'm so proud of. And the collaboration that we have with our PTA and our community, whether they're a part of PTA or not, like I am feeling very proud to be a part of the Edmond School District right now and my school specifically. So that is my takeaway. I mean, I said it, I knew it, but I really
Yeah.
don't think I felt it till I said it out loud. And that's a feel good. So
Yeah.
that's my takeaway. And then
Beautiful.
my friends. I love my friends.
I know. I love them too. I love them too. So we look forward to joining you all next week.
Oh,
We will have our guest with us. She coming live from New York.
yes,
Just
she is. Yes,
saying.
she is. Yes, she
So
is.
that's about all I'll share right now till I get a little more information that she's willing to have me promo with. But she will be showing up live from New York. She is an amazing, gifted, talented. I just, yeah, I just could listen to her talk all day long too. So
For real. She does have an accent.
yeah, yeah. So I will be reaching out to her and getting some information from her so that this week, so I can start giving you guys little drops of what this is going to show up. The conversation is going to be wild. She has a lot to share.
I
So
feel like we will have to have a part two. Like,
yeah,
honestly, I had a conversation with her the other morning about it, seeing if she was really interested.
Yep.
She's totally interested. She is very excited to share her story. And yeah, yeah. Oh, I just can't even stand not telling you who. Hi, little mister.
I know.
But yeah, you're right. I don't know how much. I actually do
Yeah.
know how much she's willing to share because she told me. But I'll be good. I'll hold it in.
Okay. I'm gonna tell her to write a little bio for me, and we'll share that and get it
The
out there.
kids will want to see her. The kids will want to see her.
Yeah.
She could have some social media following. I don't know for sure. That's a
Yeah.
totally made up in my head.
Yeah. Well, I think she has a lot of value to provide to our youth as well. So if our youth would show up for the conversation, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
That's why I invited her.
Yep.
I did. That's why,
I
because
know.
I know that our youth could really have some serious big takeaways.
Yeah.
And I love
Awesome.
her. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
All right. Have a great week, friends. We will see you next Monday.
Yes, we will.
Bye.